morning, J-Bud. How are you this morning?
Good.
Good. Did you sleep well?
Yep.
Good. Getting your chores done, huh?
You wonder why she loves doing chores with Joshy so much.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the homestead. For those of you who are new to our channel, we are just an ordinary family of 9 living in a bit of an extraordinary way. We live on 20 acres in the Ozarks of Missouri, and we have been working for the last 7 years building an off-grid permaculture homestead here. We've been sharing our journey here on YouTube for about 4.5 years. So we've got 2 channels, this Homestead Living channel and then our original channel, Thousands of Roots, that we handed over to our children. And they've been little by little taking over that channel and making it their own. Today we've got a bunch of updates for you. Doing only 1 video a week means that we often have a lot of kind of unfinished stories, and then we start to get lots of questions of people asking about this or that, and so every once in a while we try and do just kind of an update video. And then also we've got some thank yous to give. So it's almost lunchtime already. We were able to get chores done, we got breakfast done, had some farmer's breakfast this morning. Kip and a couple of the boys took off to help a family with building their home. And so it's pretty quiet around here. Hoping to get in the garden after lunchtime today. But until then, I'll take you around and just show you some of what's been going on around here. You're one of the people I need for an update, Josh. We've had some questions about whether you've got bees yet, because you put up a bee swarm catcher. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, bee swarm or swarm trap.
Swarm trap, yeah. And you did see a little bit of action right at first, right? Some bees checking it out, but are there bees there yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, so we're still hopeful. We're still seeing bees around the property, honeybees, huh? So there's still a good chance they could come. And so if you get a swarm, you're gonna probably share that on your channel, huh?
Yep.
Right. Thanks, Josh.
No problem.
And that leads me to another update. The original channel that we started, Thousands of Roots, that we handed over to our children, was without comments for over 2 years. YouTube had shut down our comments, and for whatever reason, we don't know, YouTube just re-enabled the comments, and so that's pretty exciting. If you haven't checked out that channel, Thousands of Roots, please check it out, and you can comment there now. So really thankful for that. For those of you who comment, I hope you know how special that is, especially for our children. They're really thankful and enjoying the comments and encouragement that y'all have been given for those who are following them on that channel. So while I'm here in the garden, I'll just real quick show you, we've got another cement rock pathway in just this last week. And if you'd like to see how we put that together, that's on the Thousands of Roots channel. The children did just a fantastic job putting the video together, showing how we put these cement rock pathways in, just kind of using some old Quikrete and things that we had laying around, and of course rocks from our creek. So if you're interested in that, please check out that video on Thousands of Roots channel. And the garden is definitely in full swing. It's got lots of color now with flowers. The herbs are going crazy. Time to trim this anacisip again, but it's so beautiful. I just keep leaving it because of how pretty those blooms are. It's been fun to be able to have more choices for things to eat in the garden. Bolt hardy beets, also got a few golden beets, and enjoying some cauliflower, although the bugs have been eating on the cauliflower, but still we've been able to enjoy some of that. Purple pole beans are going crazy now. Loving those. We've also been enjoying our first cucumbers. We had our first round of potatoes, lots of onions, garlic. We've got some squash that is really close. I'm super excited for that to be ready. Just lots of greens. We've got a little bit of broccoli left, not much. We still have a few kohlrabis hanging out. So it's been really fun being able to have this space and be able to come out here every day and gather for our meals. It's been a huge blessing. I'm so thankful for this garden space. And real quick before I go on to the next update, I'll show you what I'm so happy about. This is our first ever foxglove. I know they're poisonous, so I didn't want to put them in the garden for the longest time, but they're so beautiful. This one's called Camelot Lavender, and it's a perennial foxglove. We've got another one here that's going to be a peach color called Apricot Beauty, and it did get accidentally trampled by a foot, so it's still not blooming, but I'm hoping it'll bloom soon. Our next update is in our addition. We had kind of a little small catastrophe happen. We had the back of our house up high, right above where our addition is, did not have siding. It was all dried in. We had the plastic wrap on it and everything, but no metal siding, and nothing to keep water from coming in if really heavy winds and rain came at the same time, which they did. Recently we had a really big storm that's just blowing the wrong way. Lots and lots of water came in, and actually, I'll show you what happened. Alright, so this corner here, all along the whole wall that connects our main house to the addition, had just water streaming down. And if you remember, we had just completed this closet with beadboard. Unfortunately, all of the beadboard had water damage and got all buckled, and we had to take it down. There was some moisture up in the rafters there, so we had to kind of open that up, and we've got a fan that we dried it out with. So kind of sad. We were getting really close to being able to open up the doorway between our main house and this part to be able to start using it. I was so excited. And then that happened, and so we have definitely learned from that mistake that the siding is really important. So we have obviously since then we've had somebody finish the siding and get that all secured. We just have to find the little foam pieces that go underneath the corrugated metal to completely seal everything up. So we haven't had any more leaking since, and we didn't actually have any leaks before that point. It just happened to be that major storm, the way the wind and rain was blowing and how much water there was, it just came pouring in. There was even water coming in through our pantry here, but thankfully there was no damage behind these boards here. Kip and a friend opened everything up and checked just to make sure that there was no bad mold or anything like that. We only had a little bit of mildew, thankfully no bad mold, and everything's pretty well dried out now, so we're ready to move forward, which is exciting. We all face setbacks in life, but it's just part of life, and we can be grumpy and upset about it, or we can just move forward, keep moving forward. And so I'm looking forward to the day when we can give an updated cabin tour. That was one of our first videos that we did on the Thousands of Roots channel, is our off-grid cabin tour, and so much has changed since then. So we're looking forward to, once the add-on is complete, doing a whole updated tour and explain all of our different off-grid systems and tiny house organization and all of that. That'll be coming in the future, hopefully not too distant future. It's got really bright out. Got kind of clouds and sun back and forth today. So we are not going to put beadboard back in that closet. So we're going to probably just use cedar boards like we have in the rest of that add-on in the closet. We do really like the beadboard wall in the kitchen though. It's just a very small space. It's an interior wall, so no chance of water damage. And we did paint it a very pale blue color, for those of you who remember us asking for advice on that. When we need to repaint our kitchen cabinets, we're going to actually paint them a pure white, because the antique white doesn't work so well with that pale blue. So we're going to go with pure white, and then that's going to match some of the other color ideas that we have for doors and things like that. Alright, so now I'm down here at our, what we used to call our bull paddock, but our bull is not in here. We actually have our little heifer still. She is way over on the other side of the pond there. I can barely catch her on camera. We thought we had her sold. We had a buyer, some people came, they looked at her, they said they wanted her. They weren't going to be able to pick her up for a week. They just ended up deciding not to get her. And then we've just had no interest after that. There was a whole bunch of people who wanted her all at once, and now it's just been quiet on Craigslist. So we still have Beauty, our sweet little heifer. We're thinking maybe she's just supposed to go to a family in our community who's not quite ready for her. So for now, she's staying. When the time is right, somebody will want her, and she's just a beautiful, beautiful little thing. It's been fun for me still having her on the homestead. All right, so here's our next update. The ducks are in a place where they aren't normally. This is not the duck area. This is where the geese used to be, connected to the bull paddock here. Hey, ducks. And I'm gonna go down to their duck area to tell you why they're here instead of over there. The front garden's doing really well. Got lots going on in here. Sunflowers and sweet potatoes and squash and more pole beans and corn and melons, all kinds of things. Really pretty new zinnia variety. Okay, so there's two reasons the ducks are way down at the bull paddock and not here at their pond. One is that we had another predator come and kill two of our ducks. 2 females, and we were already needing more females. We had too many males. One of them was sitting on a nest of eggs, and we found out it was a raccoon, and so not only did we lose those 2 ducks, but we lost all of the eggs that she was sitting on. They just weren't safe down here. We've got a lot of forest right here on the edge of the duck area that we eventually want to clear, and we're going to be putting in a whole nother pond system. But for now, it's just very wild. It's our creek and kind of a hillside there with just wild land. So we've had a bobcat, we've had the raccoons, and we just don't want to lose any more ducks. So they're a lot safer over by the road and driveway and where our dogs hang out in that other paddock. So we haven't lost any ducks since they've moved. The other thing is we had to kind of take down their fencing here temporarily to put a culvert in underneath our driveway because we had, if you remember, just a huge puddle over here. So a friend just came with his machine and dug a trench for the culvert to go in. Culvert goes under the driveway here and drains on the other side where it can eventually meet the creek. And that'll also be the overflow for the duck pond. When it fills and overflows, it can go into this area here and drain underneath our driveway. So now we can put in the permanent fencing for the duck area and get their shelter built. So they'll be able to be put away into the shelter at night for 2 reasons. One, of course, for safety, and then the other is to make it a little bit easier to collect the eggs. If they lay their eggs in the coop in nesting areas inside there, it's a lot easier to find them. Then the eggs won't be as likely to disappear to predators either. We have a lot of black snakes around that like to eat the eggs as well. Hey, how are you doing? Did you come and find me?
Yeah.
Good. Love you, sweetheart. Here's another project that I don't even know if we have talked about. We're building a big composting center back here behind our house, and we started this project months ago, but the weather has just not allowed this project to go forward. It required dirt work to dig a footer, so that is now almost done. And then also it's going to require cement. We're going to be doing poured cement and block walls so that it will be a permanent, long-lasting composting center. Just used mostly pallets in the past, and they do work great for a few years, but after a few years they start to break down and fall apart, and we just don't want to have to keep replacing our composting areas. So little by little we're implementing permanent structures and systems so that we don't have to keep replacing the old temporary systems here on the homestead. Just down here checking out our spring. It was starting to run quite slow for a while there, but then we just had a good rain, and so it's always fun to come down and see what it looks like after a rain. It's a little bit murky, but it's flowing nicely again down into the creek. Do you like the spring beetle?
Yeah.
It's pretty here, huh?
Yeah.
Almost forgot this update. We've got quite a few goslings that are ready to be sold. We ended up taking them out of the paddock that we had put them in, because the goslings are old enough now to just stay with the flock, and the adults don't tend to leave our property. They pretty much stay on our property. That's why they're out on the loose again. We have less health issues with them if they are just able to go free and get water from our creek, which is all spring-fed water. So the short time that we had them confined in the paddock was just to keep them from wandering to the neighbors, actually. When the goslings are little, the adults just follow the goslings wherever they go, and they were going into the neighbors' gardens. But now the goslings are old enough to know that they just need to stick with the flock and not wander. So they're doing great. Scout's doing good, getting so big. Hi, boy. Hi. Yes, hi. We had some people asking about you. Yes, you're doing great, getting big. You like Scout, Biddle? Yeah. Yeah, he's fun, huh? Hey, you two. How's she doing?
Good.
Good. Just about time to make some lunch.
Yep.
Gonna make some chili today,
Yep.
Mr. Pie?
Chili and chips.
Oh, he likes to lean on you, huh? Yep. All right. Alright, so hopefully those updates help to answer some of your questions. If I missed anything and did not answer your question, just leave us a comment below, please. And I just wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you. I wish there was a better way to express how much we appreciate you all. We have many viewers who share our faith and are constantly encouraging us in our faith and in our walk. And then we also have many viewers who don't share our faith, and they still share really encouraging comments about how even though they don't have the same faith, they love our videos because they enjoy watching how much we love each other. And truly, that is the most important thing for us in life, is loving our Creator and loving each other. And Scripture even says that others will know Him by our love for one another. So glory to Him. Our Creator Yahweh is the source of our love. He's the reason that we love each other, the whole reason that we live. So yes, we appreciate you all so much. Thank you to those who have been leaving the awesome comments. We really appreciate it. Feel so encouraged by the comments. If you watch our Thousands of Roots channel, the children really appreciate comments over there as well. However, they do have to hold comments for review, so your comment may not post right away. Hi, sweetheart. You found some potatoes? Ah. We have to approve it, and then we can go over to another page and actually respond to the comments on that channel. And that is just because the children are a huge part of that channel. YouTube has recommended that if you have minors in your videos a lot, that you should hold the comments for review, just to make sure that the comment area is a safe place for children's sake. And a big thank you to our patrons. For the first year or so on YouTube, we put in tons and tons of hours of work creating videos and did not receive a penny for any of that work. It was just a lot, and we decided at that point to go ahead and just try Patreon and see if we could start to get a little bit of income. And it was just amazing, and we've been so blessed by all of our patrons ever since. Your faithful giving and kind encouragement has just been amazing. So thank you to all of our patrons. Also wanted to say thank you again to the people who have been blessing our family with items off of our Amazon wish list. That was a request of many of our viewers a few years ago, was that we make an Amazon wish list, and we've got individual lists for all the children. For those of you trying to live debt-free, you know it can be tough sometimes to keep everyone clothed and in shoes and to provide for all of those needs. And we're super thankful for Kip's income. It provides for pretty much everything we need, but we also are in the middle of building a lot of new projects and things here on the homestead and expanding our house. So there are plenty of different ways the money can go, and just having you guys getting those items that we need, and even some of the things that children just want off of the Amazon wish list has been amazing. For me personally, I say thank you to whoever got that faucet, the kitchen faucet. I am so excited about that, not just because of the faucet, but because I won't have water dripping on my toes anymore. Kind of a long story, but when we originally got our triple bowl sink for our kitchen and the faucet to go with, the faucet was the wrong size, and it was too long, and so when you extend the faucet out, it actually drips water onto the floor and splashes water out of the sink onto the floor because it's not the right size. And I've just been living with that and making do for the past 6 years. So I'm super thankful that we have a faucet now that fits our sink, and I look forward to being able to do dishes without so much water mess to have to clean up afterwards. So, so thank you so much for the faucet. Really appreciate it. Thank you also to people who have blessed us through our P.O. box and through PayPal gifts. There are so many of you who have such kind hearts, and we're thankful for every gift. We're thankful for every prayer, for every kind comment. Truly, we are all blessed in some way to be a blessing to others. Just encourage you to be thankful today for something. Even if you're down and out, if life is hard right now, try and find something to be thankful for. And know that we are so, so thankful for you, and that you are truly loved by your Creator. We got a whole handful of beans, huh? All right, so until next time, we pray blessings over you and yours. And whatever you do, do it with your whole heart. You are such a great bean collector, Biddle. She's little, so she can just get right down there with those bush beans and gather them all up. Such a blessing. You like those beans?
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for helping.